it's Natalie Hemmens. Today I'm going to show you how to make these handmade flowers. Some of the things that I've used them for are a handmade bouquet made out of fabric and brooches. I've also added them to the flower girl's basket. If she can walk with them, or if she drops or tosses them, that would be cute too. The third thing I'm doing is I'm making centerpieces. I've added the flowers to this vase and added a bowl on the top that's going to end up being a candle holder. There's so many ways to use them, so it's going to be a great thing for you to know how to make them. So let's get started. Materials that you'll need for this project are charmeuse fabric, at least 1 yard, scissors or cutting shears, tea light candle and a lighter, your pattern pieces, decorations for the centers of your flowers, glue gun, and lots of glue. So the first thing we need to do is to get all of our pattern pieces together. This is the 5 inches in diameter. You need 2 pieces of this one, 2 fabric pieces of this one when you cut it out. This is going to be 4 inches in diameter. You need 3 pieces of this once you cut it out. 3.5 inches in diameter. You need 1 piece of this. And you need 1 piece of the 3-inch. So I'm just going to find a space. It doesn't have to be pattern paper, it just has to be paper. So it's just really an X. I'm just going to get a big block around it, make wide enough space because I'm actually going to recut it. So I'm going to fold it on the line I just made. I'm going to fold it again. And then I can see where my line has stopped. So I'm really just going to trim it. Then when I open it, I have my circle. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to cut out all of your layers of fabric. I'm going to find a nice flat spot on here. I'm going to pin them in place. They don't need to be perfect circles because when we burn them, anything that's imperfect about them is really going to be burned away and you're not going to be able to tell. Just going to get a smaller piece right here, make it easier. So you can do this rather quickly. I'm cutting this fabric in 2 layers. So for all of these, I only need to cut it once, except for this piece because I need 3 pieces. So like I said, don't worry about any rough edges or rough cuts on this. So once we have all the fabric cut out, we're going to cut some little slits in them. So the slits aren't going to be very deep. They're going to be maybe 1/2 inch on the bigger circles. And this is really going to help the petals come to life when we burn the layers. So I only need 3 of these. So I got 1, 2, 3. That's for that. For this one I need 1 piece. I'm going to cut them both at once, but then I'll just put the other piece to the side. Whoops, probably shouldn't do that. Your slits should be towards the center. They don't have to be perfect, but they should be towards the center, not to the side, because that will look a little bit weird on your petals. Oops, I'm going to cut these at the same time. So then I'm just going to stack them biggest to smallest. And there I have my 7 layers of the fabric. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to singe the edges of these flowers to make them lift and curl, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm just going to light my tea light. Got a nice flame going on. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it close enough, not to put it on the flame, but just enough so it curls. And this is one of the reasons that I used charmeuse, because it has a plasticity type to the fabric, and it really singes well. It curls well. Other types of fabric, even like satin, it's a bit heavy and it doesn't curl as nicely on the sides. And charmeuse is nice because it's still so shiny. And look, it doesn't make any black marks or brown marks on the back, so it just looks nice and pretty, and it actually prevents it from fraying. So once your candle gets going, you find a distance from the candle that works. Be careful because it does get really hot on your fingers if you're not careful. But just go around the edges until they curl. And then once you've curled the whole flower, I like to go in between the petals and kind of get like a little bit of a crunch going on. So it makes the flower a little bit more lifelike when you have, it's a little bit more textured. And you can keep going until it curls to your liking. See, it's getting curlier and curlier. But be careful because it will make a hole and it will burn through. Once you have all of your layers to your flower, your 7 pieces, then you're going to use your glue gun and you're going to layer your flowers on top of each other. So you're going to start at the bottom first, and you're just going to place your flower. I like the petals to be placed in between the other petals because it creates a little bit more dimension with the flower. And you're going to keep layering them until they're all on top of each other. I am trying to let each layer dry a bit first before moving on. Hot glue really does dry so quickly. It's the amazing thing about hot glue. Okay, now we're on our top layer. So I'm gonna hold it here until it's dry. But this is really your flower. I have this little brooch that I found in the flower district, and it's got a nice flat back here. A lot of area to put glue. So I'm just going to add the glue to the bottom, nice amount, and then I'm going to apply it to my center section of the flower. I'm just going to hold it here until it dries. There you go. And then this is your flower decoration.